The rest should be easy as cake. Is it easy as pie? Easy as cake.
Easy as pie.
Easy as pie.
Easy as pie? Easy as pie.
Easy as pie.
Easy as pie.
Hashtag easy as pie.
Hi, Johnny.
Hello, Stephanie.
How are you?
I'm pleasant because I get to see your face. How are you?
This is going to be really awkward.
Can we keep focused at that corner?
Can you tell me what your job producing involves?
I feel like producing involves a lot of things. I feel like you are the nurturer of the baby being the show, the magazine, your publication. My expertise is mainly in performing art shows. So from inception to acquittal, budgeting, every little bit you need to do to make the baby come to life, that's what the producer's there for. It's to nurture the baby in its pregnancy period, make sure it's birthed out correctly, there's no, faultifications. We cut the umbilical cord off and present it to the world. We can do emergency C-sections, and then that's why we have contingencies in our budget, in case if something goes crazy. Like, you don't know what's going to happen, so you need to prepare mentally.
Yeah, true.
That's like when you have a baby, you don't know if there's going to be twins, you don't know, there's certain things you just don't know. You get very emotionally protective over it with the directors or whatever, and then to present it out to the world for everyone to judge, it's like putting the baby on the platform, like putting Simba out on the ledge. Where are you looking at? We're committing, where are you looking at?
Can you tell me the difference between producing and being a publicist?
Being a publicist and a producer, I would say they have to work together. They're in the same Justice League. I would say, for example, let's just say we have the wonderful Quarterly Retort happening in 2 months. Make sure you guys go. And so say there was a crisis, touch wood. And so say there was a crisis, and say the artist could no longer appear. They have fallen ill. So obviously the producer's job is to litigate, is that a right word? Delegate, not litigate. They do rhyme though. They delegate duties to try to figure out, let's speak to the director, let's see if we can find a new person. And they will try to figure out the micromanagement. If they've already signed a contract, had a payment, they have to make sure they can take care of the finances. So the producer kind of takes care of all aspects, financial, logistical, legal, etc. The publicist tells what the public will see about it. Oh, it could be a cute tweet. Hey guys, so-and-so is feeling ill. Stay tuned for the latest information. Hashtag being sick sucks. Whatever it is. So the publicist takes the crisis management and puts it in a positive light as much as they can. Okay.
Do you ever find that there's any crossover between the two roles?
Yeah, usually. Sometimes, like say for example, I'm most do all the stuff myself because I'm an independent artist. The producer and the publicist have to do the same role. So I know what to do. But usually in a large festival, such as Next Wave, Fringe, Melbourne Festival, all those big kahunas, they don't have time. Like the producer doesn't have enough time, so they will hire a publicist from a PR firm, and they will say, here are all, let's just say the show is the Blue Cup. They will make a creative pitch about the Blue Cup to say, Cups magazine about cups. And that publicist will have a cool contact to be like, I have a sweet angle about the Blue Cup. As the producer doesn't have enough time to really think out of the box for that because they have to do all the logistics.
Okay.
Blue Cup.
Blue Cup. Are there many differences in terms of procedures and behind the scenes in production when it comes to being in Australia as opposed to America, which is where you're from?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Especially because in Australia we get government funding. How awesome! And then I remember when people were complaining when I went to university here of how little government funding there was, and I was like, you get money? ET phone home? There's money? I was so shocked. So it's really nice to see that the government is giving money back. So obviously you're applying for grants. You can work with YAWP. There's many government and corporate organizations that make sure that independent artists get out there. And once you find one good show, you can just follow in a role. And if you're an organization, you can get triennial funding, which is like a 3-year chunk. And it's kind of like the cool kids at the lunch table. If you get triennial funding, that means you get locked-in funding for 3 years, which is pretty sweet. There's so much noise in America, you have to make sure you can be heard. As opposed to Australia, Australia is kind of chill, and you don't want to have that tall poppy syndrome because that kind of bugs people. In Australia, things I find are more implied. So you need to be simple, direct, and don't screw it up. Don't try to make it too noisy. Be creative, but it's a balance of you want to make a smart, succinct file. You don't need to make some crazy thing. Yeah, so I feel like in Australia it needs to be direct. And to a point where it's creative, but you feel it's worth your money.
Cool.
Because Australia's just so lax, and you're like, oh yeah, that's cool. No, please come. Yeah, it's cool. No, please come. So making them a way where you can still have that kind of casual conversation with the general public without shoving down their throat. As in America, there's just so much stuff you gotta like force feed it. Like, like a Japanese like hot dog eating contest. You're laughing, but they always win. Those Japanese, the hot dog eating contest. It's a hard feat.
What are some obstacles that you face when you're producing a show?
I would say they're very site specific. So say, for example, if I had a venue that was quite far away from public transport, how am I going to deal with that? And I was brainstorming with a friend, maybe someone could make an app. And therefore you have to make room in the budget to make an app to make sure it's accessible. Because no one's gonna come to a show that they've barely heard of, and it's 500 meters away from the train station. They just can't be bothered. Otherwise, you're gonna sit on YouTube at home. For most recent example, I did this show almost a year and a half ago. Gosh, it's so long. And I used a derelict sculpture gallery. And I wanted to have it eco-friendly, and I wanted to use only analog technology, so there was no digital technology in the show. So I wanted to use candles. Dancing with candles is hard. Things can go on fire. So you gotta get risk assessors, you have to figure out how to do it. And it was really lucky that my risk assessor was also a candlestick maker. Thank you, universe. So therefore we made a glass-proof thing, so when the risk assessor can go see it, being like, if it tips over, it's not gonna set on fire. No one's going to sue you. It's going to be okay. And making sure you have the right insurance to go to that. So to say what obstacles in general is quite hard. So what is the next question?
The next question was, you won Best Producer at the Fringe Festival last year, didn't you?
I did. I was really refreshingly surprised. I actually, to be frank, thought I wasn't going to win anything. So I decided to go snorkeling at the Great Barrier Reef. And then I got a phone call. It was from Fringe. And I was like, oh, crap, I thought I didn't pay something. But I was wrong. I actually was nominated for something. I was really shocked. So it was really nice, and basically, I don't know, because it's really hard to